Today we are going to study power method which computed dominant eigenvalue and corresponding eigenvector. So we start with the definition of eigenvalues and eigenvector. So an eigenvector or characteristic vector of any linear transformation, for example matrix. So eigenvector is a non-zero vector that changes at most by a scalar factor when that linear transformation is applied to it. In other words, if T is a transformation applied on vector x, then you got x with some scale factor lambda. So this non-zero vector x is called eigenvector and this number lambda is called eigenvalue. So in particular we will take that linear transformation as matrix. So if x is a non-zero eigenvector and lambda be the corresponding eigenvalue, then A applied on x, so you got x with some multiple lambda, and eigenvalues and eigenvectors, they always occur in pair. So if you say lambda is an eigenvalue, then there is an eigenvector, and vice versa. If there is an eigenvector, then there is an eigenvalue lambda. So now how you compute eigenvalue? So for example, I take matrix A. Let us take 2 by 2 matrix. Let us say 2 1 0 3. Okay, so Ax equal to lambda x. So, or you can write this equation as A minus lambda times identity matrix times x equal to 0. Okay, so here x is non-zero. So x is non-zero. X is non-zero. So this system of equations A minus lambda I x equal to 0 always has trivial solution x equal to 0. But to get non-zero solution, determinant A minus lambda I will be 0. So this determinant equation will give you eigenvalue lambda. So I am taking an example of this matrix. So you need to compute A minus lambda I. So A is 2 1 0 3. So this is A minus lambda is a number. What is I? Identity matrix of same order 2. Okay, so A minus lambda I, then determinant of whole equal to 0. This will give you eigenvalue. So if you further simplify, then you got 2 minus lambda, so subtract, so 1, then 0, then 3 minus lambda, determinant. So this is A minus lambda I equal to 0. Now solve this determinant. So this will give you 2 minus lambda. Okay, and multiply by 3 minus lambda equal to 0. So from here you got lambda equal to 2 and 3. So this was the simplest case. So by solving this quadratic, so this is an equation in lambda scale, so quadratic. So solving this quadratic, you got values, and if you have a matrix of order 3, then you will get 3 eigenvalue and a cubic in lambda. And if you have 4, so if you have 4 cross 4 matrix, then this characteristic equation will have lambda power 4. And in general, so eigenvalues are obtained by solving its characteristics equation, that is equation in lambda. So if you have a matrix of order n, then you will get a polynomial of degree n. And we have studied in root finding chapter that for large values of n, the polynomial equations are difficult to solve. For example, matrix A has order 5, then you will get a polynomial of 5 degree, and it is not always easy to solve a 5 degree polynomial. So in other words, to find eigenvalues, you need to solve characteristics equation in lambda. And in this chapter, we will find eigenvalues without solving characteristic equation. So this is the motivation of this topic. So method is that we are going to study is power method. Okay. So power method, this one is for slide number only. So this is power method. So this is an iterative method, iterative like Newton, secant, Gauss-Seidel, which is used to find dominant eigenvalue. So dominant means largest eigenvalue in magnitude. For example, a 3 order matrix has eigenvalue 1, 2, minus 4. So which is dominant? Largest is 4. So this method will pick dominant means largest eigenvalue with the magnitude. And one advantage of this method is that you can find other eigenvalue by modifying the method, that we will study later on. So you can compute many eigenvalues by using this power method. And also this method not only picks eigenvalue, but also on the same time it also calculates eigenvector corresponding to largest eigenvalue. And usually we say that dominant eigenvalue and eigenvector is called as dominant eigenvector. So method is very simple to apply. So for example, we have n cross n matrix A, which will have n eigenvalues, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n. Eigenvalue can be real or imaginary, that depend on matrix. So we have n eigenvalues, and corresponding eigenvectors are say v1, v2 and vn. Okay, and we say that matrix A is diagonalizable and it has linearly independent eigenvectors. So no need to bother about this diagonalizable here. So how we proceed? We start with a non-zero vector x0. So why non-zero? So this is initial guess of eigenvector. So you start with an approximation of eigenvector. Then you multiply A with that initial guess. Okay. And then you will get a column vector. Okay. So I am starting with non-zero eigenvector. So you should not start with 0. If I start with 0, then A times 0 will be 0. Okay. So it's better to start with, like if you have a 3 cross 3 matrix, you can start with 1 1 1, or you can start with say 1 0 0. Okay, so start with any non-zero eigenvector which is initial guess, and it's better to take that eigenvector which has maximum norm 1. Okay, so this means largest component of x0 is 1. So what is infinity norm? This picks largest component. So if you have initial guess say 1 2 3, then scale this vector by dividing with 3. If you divide this vector with 3 largest, so you got 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 3 by 3 1. So then largest component will be 1. Okay, so if you start with the unit vector, okay, like 1 1 1 like this one, or 1 0 0, or you can take 0 1 0, etc. Okay, then multiply. So procedure is very simple. So just ax equal to lambda x. So you need to apply a with that initial guess x0. Okay, so apply a on x0. So you got a column vector which is y1, and this y1 may not have the same property with x0. So what was the property of x0? Norm of x0 is 1. Okay, maybe you got y1 equal to, so maybe you got y1 this vector, so say 1 2 or 5. Okay, so you cannot take this y1 as next approximation, as norm of this is 5. So first scale this vector, that is divide with 5. Okay, divide with largest component. So divide with, you can say divide with norm of y1. So what is norm of y1? Largest value of y1, as you can see here. So this is 5. So divide y1 with the norm of, that is maximum value of vector, and denote this by x1. And this x1 is next approximation, and x1 also satisfies the same property. So norm of x1 is also 1. Okay, so norm of x1 is 1. Norm of x1. So again apply a on x1 and repeat this procedure to get eigenvector and eigenvalue with desired accuracy. So since this is an iterative method, so you need to apply some stopping criteria. So either you can compare the two conjective values of eigenvalues. So let us say lambda k minus lambda k minus 1 less than epsilon. Okay, so just compare two values of lambda, or you can compare two values of eigenvector. Okay, so since eigenvector is a vector, so you cannot compute relative errors directly in vector, so you need to take a norm. Okay, so subset two conjective iterations, so xk minus xk1, then pick the largest component by taking norm and divide by largest component of new iteration. So you can put this stopping criteria in term of eigenvector. Okay, so xk is new and xk minus 1 is old approximation, and epsilon is given accuracy. So for example, so question is that calculate 4 iterations of power method with scaling. Okay, to calculate dominant eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So they both come in pairs. So if you find eigenvalue, then you also find eigenvector. So this is the given matrix A. Okay, so 3 by 3 matrix A. So this has three eigenvalue, and we need to pick the largest one by using power method. So start with initial guess x0. So it is not given here, so you can start with 1 1 1. So okay, 1 1 1. So this T denotes the transpose, so it is a column vector. Okay, then apply A on x0. So just multiply A with x0. So you got this answer 315. Okay, so 315, and we take next approximation whose norm is 1. So take largest outside, or in other words, divide this vector with largest component. Okay, so divide 315 with 5. Okay, so divide with 5, that is new approximation x1. So 3 by 5 0.6. Okay, 1 by 5 0.2, 5 by 5 1. So this is my new approximation and satisfy the same property. Norm of x1 is 1. Okay, so if component exceeds than 1, then you repeatedly apply A, so then you may not get convergence. So to get convergence, you need to take new approximation with the norm of eigenvector 1. So now repeat the procedure. So apply A on x1. Okay, so I'm just writing the answer. So A multiply with x1, so this one. Okay, A with x1. So answer is 1 1 2.2. So take 2.2 outside common. Okay, and this vector is next approximation x2, and again apply A on x2 denoted by y3. Okay, so just multiply A with x2. So you got this 1.35 1.55 2.8. Take 2.8 outside. Okay, and this remaining vector is new approximation denoted by x3, and again apply A on x3 as we required to write 4 iterations. Okay, so then you got this 3.1 outside, and this is the eigenvector. So if I stop after 4 iteration, okay, if I stop after 4 iteration, then this number that you are taking outside, this is eigenvalue, and this vector, okay, and this vector is called eigenvector. So what is eigenvalue? 3.1, and eigenvector is that 0.51 51 and 1. So you can go back. Okay, so if I stop at first iteration, okay, so this is the first iteration. So if I stop at first iteration, then 5 is the eigenvalue largest, and this is the eigenvector. And if I stop at second iteration, this 2.2 is eigenvalue, and this is eigenvector. And in third iteration, 2.8 eigenvalue, and this is the eigenvector x3. And in last iteration, so this is eigenvalue and this is the eigenvector. And you can check from previous iteration, the factor which you are taking outside, this will become constant after some time. So if you perform more iteration, this factor will become constant. In other words, if you compute difference of two conjective these values, then that difference will be very small, and this factor is eigenvalue. And also you can check these vectors. Okay, so compare first component with first, okay, second with second, and third with third. So as soon as you got eigenvalue, so these eigenvector will also become constant, and that is first component will be similar to first component, second component will be similar to second component, and third component will be similar to third component. Okay, so these are the approximations of eigenvector. So this is a powerful method to use to find eigenvalue, in other words, to find dominant eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors. And we can also compute other eigenvalues by modifying this method, and also I am using the property of matrix. So if eigenvalue of matrix A, so if eigenvalue of matrix A is lambda, then eigenvalue of A inverse will be reciprocal 1 by lambda. Okay, so you can compute other eigenvalues by using properties. So how this works? So since you have Ax equal to lambda x, so pre-multiply A inverse on both sides. So A inverse A equal to A inverse lambda x. So this will be identity matrix. So you got x only here, and right hand side you can write A inverse will apply on vector, and you can take lambda outside. And now I am writing right hand side, so this is A inverse x, and you can divide with lambda if it is non-zero. So 1 by lambda x. So you are applying A inverse on x, you got x with multiple 1 by lambda. So in other words, 1 by lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. And kindly note here that eigenvector will remain same, so x is same. Okay, so if lambda is an eigenvalue of A with eigenvector x, then lambda inverse will be eigenvalue of A inverse with same eigenvector x. And of course eigenvectors are not unique, so you are writing A x equal to lambda of x. So any non-zero x will work on both sides. You can take any multiple of x. So if x is an eigenvalue, then 10x is also eigenvalue, 10 times x. X by 5 is also an eigenvector. Sorry, eigenvector, not eigenvalue. So, but usually we take eigenvalues. Usually we take eigenvectors with the norm 1. Okay, so largest component is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so eigenvalues lambda is unique, but eigenvector, so they are not unique. So any multiple of x is also an eigenvector. So now we study its modification based on previous inverse power method, and from the name it is clear that you apply power method on inverse of a matrix A. So one explanation I gave earlier, that if you apply power method on A inverse, okay, so this will pick largest eigenvalue of A inverse, and largest of A inverse will be the smallest of A. Okay, so power method will pick largest of A inverse, and that will be the smallest of A. So in other words, you can also calculate smallest eigenvalue by using inverse power method or applying power method on A inverse. And more generally, we can compute eigenvalue near a point sigma. So sigma is a number, say 1, 2, 3, 5, 5 by 3, any number. So we can compute eigenvalue near a number sigma. And what is the property? So let eigenvalue of A are lambda 1, lambda 2, dot dot at lambda n. Okay. So then what are the eigenvalues of A minus lambda sigma I? So these are lambda 1 minus sigma, lambda 2 minus sigma, dot dot up to lambda n minus sigma. So subtract that number in each eigenvalue. So this is the property of eigenvalues. So now eigenvalues of A minus sigma I inverse, they will be reciprocal. So 1 by sigma 1, lambda 1 minus sigma, lambda 2 minus sigma, lambda n minus sigma. Okay. So now you can see these ratios. So if I say that, say lambda 2 is near sigma, okay. So we want to compute eigenvalue near some number sigma. So let us say lambda 2 is near sigma. Then this difference lambda 2 minus sigma will be small. And 1 by small will be largest. And power method picks largest eigenvalue. Okay. So you need to apply power method on A minus sigma I inverse. This will pick the largest eigenvalue of this matrix, and that eigenvalue will be near number sigma. Okay. So this is just the modification of power method applicable on A minus sigma I inverse. And don't forget to change your answer at the end and apply the same procedure in reverse manner. So firstly find reciprocal and then add sigma to find eigenvalue of matrix A. So here mu is the eigenvalue of A minus sigma I inverse. So just reciprocal then add sigma. So this will be the eigenvalue of matrix A denoted by lambda. And you may get one difficulty here. So since you are applying power method on A minus sigma I inverse, and calculation may be little bit difficult, but to avoid this inverse, we will solve the system A minus sigma y x to find new approximation y. So for example, let us say lambda is the smallest eigenvalue of matrix this, okay, and question is that apply 4-digit rounding arithmetic with initial guess this, perform 2 iteration of inverse power method to find lambda, okay. So this means that you need to find smallest eigenvalue, so you need to apply power method on A inverse. So largest of A inverse will be the smallest of A. And also this question says that it's a choice that apply LU factorization to solve the system, or Gauss elimination, or any method you can use to solve the system. Okay, so question is clear that you want to find smallest eigenvalue of matrix A. So we need to apply power method on matrix A inverse. So dominant eigenvalue of A inverse will be the smallest eigenvalue of A. Okay. So you have this matrix A. Initial guess is given. Okay. So what will be first iteration? So A inverse multiplied by initial guess equal to y1. So now you can calculate A inverse with calculator and then multiply with x0 and then you will get y1. But we have studied that to solve system Ax equal to B, we can use direct method, Gauss elimination or LU. Okay, so to avoid calculating the inverse of matrix A, that usually we do. Okay, so we solve the system without calculating the inverse. Okay, so I pre-multiply a on both sides. So right hand side will be a y1 equal to x0, and write LU factorization of a first to find y1. So firstly I am writing LU decomposition of matrix A. I am stopping this question here. So just apply Gauss elimination, and you got L matrix of multiplier diagonal 1 1, and these are the multiplier of first stage, and this is the multiplier of second stage, and U the final matrix you got after Gauss elimination. So LU factorization. Okay, so fit here. So LU y1 equal to x0. So firstly you assume that u y1 equal to some z1 column vector. So L z1 equal to x0. So firstly solve this using forward substitution. So you got z1 equal to this column vector. Okay, 1 2 1. Then go back u y1 equal to z1 to find y1 using backward substitution that we did before. So y1 is 3 2 1. To save the space I have written column vector as row by writing transpose. Okay, so this is the y1 3 2 1. So what we do in power method, we take largest outside. So take 3 outside. So 1.667, 0.33. Okay, so I am writing that number outside as mu1 x1. Okay, so this 3 is first approximation of eigenvalue, and this is the first approximation of eigenvector denoted by x1. Okay, now apply second iteration. In the same manner, L and U will remain fixed. Since matrix A is fixed, so LU will remain fixed. So in that case, LU decomposition is really helpful, since we are solving different system with different right hand side, but left hand side will remain same. So situation is AX equal to B1, AX equal to B2, AX equal to B3, etc. So only right hand side is changing. So now write in second stage, write LZ2. So solve LZ2 equal to x1 using forward to find Z2, and then UY2 equal to Z2 using backward substitution to get Y2. Okay, then take largest 4 outside. Okay, 4, and I am writing this is with mu2. So 4 is eigenvalue in second iteration, and remaining is eigenvector x2. So as I have been asked that you need to perform 2 iterations, so after 2 iterations, 4 is the eigenvalue of A inverse, which is largest. So smallest eigenvalue of A will be reciprocal of this. So 1 by 4. So eigenvalue of A inverse is 4. So what will be eigenvalue of A will be 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 will be 0.5. 1 by 4. Okay. So 1 by 4 is the smallest eigenvalue, and eigenvector will remain same. So what is the eigenvector? Same. Okay. So eigenvector won't change. If lambda is an eigenvalue of matrix A, then 1 by lambda will be the eigenvalue of A inverse, and x will be the eigenvector for both lambda and 1 by lambda. So in that way you can apply inverse power method to solve the system by using LU factorization or Gauss elimination, or you can directly calculate A inverse with calculator and apply the usual power method. So now I am taking one more example, general example. So find eigenvalue with this initial guess of this matrix near number that sigma is 19 by 3. Okay, near that number. So what we will do? So you will apply power method on a minus 19 by 3 I. Okay. So this will pick the largest eigenvalue of this matrix, and that eigenvalue will be near number 19 by 3. So firstly compute a minus 19 by 3 I. What is I? Identity matrix of order 3. So just subtract 1 1 at a diagonal. Okay. So 1 means 19 by 3 times 1. So minus 4 minus 19 by 3, 13 minus 19 by 3, 2 minus 19 by 3. This will be a minus 19 by 3 I. Okay, start with 1 1 1. So apply this matrix on initial guess x0, then you got y1, and as we did before, I am pre-multiplying a minus sigma I on both sides. Okay, so you got this is a minus sigma I, and you need to compute y1. So let us assume that y1 is a, b, c, and this is x0, and solve this system again. So you can apply Gauss elimination LU. So I have solved this system by using Gauss elimination. So a is minus 6.6, b is minus 4.8, and c is 1.2923. Okay, then take largest. So this is y1. So normalize or scale it by taking largest outside. You can take largest with sign. Okay, so just pick minus 6.6 outside, and this is the remaining eigenvector, which is denoted by x1. Okay, so I have done only one iteration. So if I stop at one iteration, okay, so this number that you have taken outside, minus 6.6, this is the largest eigenvalue of a minus 19 by 3 I. Okay, and just find reciprocal of it, 1 by this, and add 19 by 3. So 6.1818, this is the eigenvalue of a. Okay, a near number 19 by 3. So I have done only one iteration, so you can repeat the same process, then find y2, normalize y2 to find x2, and so on. Okay, so in that way you can apply power method to compute eigenvalues near any number, and practically you may require to find eigenvalue near some number. And also we have studied in convergence of iterative method that spectral radius is strictly less than 1. So what was spectral radius? Spectral radius was the largest eigenvalue in magnitude. Okay, so largest eigenvalue decides convergence, and you can pick that largest eigenvalue by using power method.